Honestly, today's video is going to be a perfect example of perseverance and not giving up. If this video goes up, guys, you guys need to watch this video and tell me that you're proud of me, literally. Guys, I literally just recorded a whole video of trying to install my wig, and I finished that video and I was like, this is actually idiots. This should not go on the internet. Like, I really messed it up. I don't even know if I've spoiled the wig, but it was just horrible. I'm going to try to refilm the video because I think I can correct my mistake. If this video does go up, I want you guys to give me a very huge thumbs up because it means that I didn't give up. I've literally cleaned my old parameters. I feel like even the sides of my makeup already look horrible, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go ahead and film this video, so we're gonna jump right into it, guys. So I don't know if you guys remember last week when I showed you guys all my wigs, and I told you that one of my wigs I was going to install on camera, and when I install it, I'm going to be telling you guys like a story time. No, I didn't say that. I think I just said I was going to install the wig, but obviously I wanted to install the wig and obviously do like a story time of like working with some of my colleagues and stuff, just telling you guys some of my experiences working with Nigerians in the UK. They're the worst sometimes. I feel like I've not met like the best Nigerian community. I've done a video about this before where I feel like I haven't still met that community. I haven't still had that bond with like enough Nigerians. When I actually do meet Nigerians at work or in anywhere, I'm always extra nice to them because I genuinely am looking for that, like, you know, that community. But every time I've opened up my hands to like Nigerians, it's not been the best experience. Anyways, guys, this is the wig I installed. I feel like I've corrected my mistake already. I wanted to go the extra mile of doing like the cap method, and I haven't done that in such a long time. I really don't know how to do it anymore, and I feel like I just messed it up and just like spoiled this wig. This wig is a very simple wig. I literally just need to glue the sides and just move the F on. I don't know what I was trying to do, try to like do the cap, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and refilm the video, and hopefully you guys will watch this video because today has been stressful. Anyways, I'm going to just glue this wig down, and obviously it's such a simple wig. I don't know why I tried to do the most with the wig, especially like trying with wig cap and stuff. But yeah, the wig is actually such a simple wig. I feel like everything is already done. All I just need to do is literally just like glue the baby hairs and just move on, move ahead. Literally just fucking move ahead. Anyways, guys, in this video, the first video I filmed, I basically was talking about like my experience working with Nigerians. And you know, the funny thing is, when I started looking for a job, my uncle was telling me like, if you're working with Nigerians and a certain other African tribe, I'm not gonna name it just for like, I don't want trouble, basically. So my uncle was saying like, if you're working with those set of people, like, they are literally the worst. Be careful, babes, like watch your back, because obviously my uncle living here for a long time, he kind of knows the in and out of the professional, you know, world. So when I came in and I was looking for a job, one of the things my uncle said is like, when you're working with Africans, Nigerians and this other tribe, like be careful. Basically he just said it like, be careful, like they're ass kissers, they're not nice people, like they will basically like leave you out to dry. Leave you out to dry and stuff. So I took that advice, but obviously when people advise you, right, you don't want to like take everything because you're not a fucking dummy. You want to like take the advice, but obviously use the part that applies to you when it does apply. So I was gonna try the same thing for myself when I got my new job. I was so excited. I was like, oh, new job. The first day I got into the company, I saw a black guy and I was praying in my heart. I was like, this guy better be Nigerian. And tell me why this guy was Nigerian when I found out. When I started working there, I was like, oh, he's Nigerian. I was trying to remember what my uncle told me. It was like, oh, be careful with Nigerians. But at the same time, I was like, bro, like, you only live once. Like, there's just one Nigerian here. Make the most of it, right? This Nigerian guy, let's just call him let's call him AD. You know what's funny is I actually had 2 Nigerians working in this workplace, and 2 of them were shit, to say the least. When they say like 2 people are shit, like we would literally like, anyway, let me not jump too much on the story. We started working with this Nigerian guy, and you know, I was obviously doing like my job. Obviously they were like the ones I was bonding with the most. Like I would speak to them, like I was talking to my other colleagues of course, but like obviously I was bonding with my Nigerian brothers, shouldn't I? So like I would always like speak to them, like they were the ones that were my friends. But I just realized that they weren't like good people. Like even when the 3 of us were speaking, they would literally be talking in codes. I told that to my friend one day, and my friend was like, She was like, no, like it's different if you guys are like in a group and you're speaking in codes, but when you 3, just you 3 together and they're speaking in codes, babes, best believe they're speaking about you. You know, they used to claim and say, oh no, we're not speaking about you, blah 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 blah, we're just talking about somebody. And in my head I'm like, tell me the gist. Like, why am I not part of the gist? Like, if you're speaking about somebody, it's definitely someone in our company. Like, why do you want me to hear that? So I started like getting careful of them, like just basically like being careful, and I was just doing my thing. Like if they talk to me, I'll talk to them back, but I stopped like telling them my business or like basically gossiping about office with them. So one day I was like sitting down in the office, and one of my colleagues from another tribe, she's not British, she came to me and was like, that why is it that Africans, like, she was like no, that's not, she said that, but like I think I'm going too far. I think the first thing she says to me was she has noticed that, like, because you know obviously these people are very inquisitive about Africa, they don't really travel. Blind me if they even have like a passport. I'm not gonna lie to you, most of them don't even have a passport anyways. So they used to like obviously when I come to work, and like I don't even know, like there was just something about me that like they used to ask me questions like, oh, like this. It could be like if I go buy food outside work or something. There was just like something about them that was not like, I don't know, it was just weird, but it was my own. I wasn't like taking my time or like stressing my head to figure that out. So one day my colleague came to me and she was like that she has just noticed that like my experience, because obviously they will ask me about like, oh, tell me about home. You know the way you would want to talk about home with your colleagues, right? Like we would talk about home and like how like we're finding the UK. And anytime I told them about my experience back in Nigeria, how I was working for a very beautiful tech company, shout out to Red Money. That company did me dirty, but like I just have this love for that company because that was where I started my career, right? So like I used to tell them like, oh, my company was like the biggest tech company. Our company was so beautiful. I used to tell them that we had like a sleeping room. We had somewhere where we could like do stuff. My company had a fucking canteen. Like I used to literally tell them about my company, right? And they used to look at me, right? And they would just be like, you know when you're looking at somebody and you're feeling like, the story doesn't add up? That's how they were feeling. So like one of them came to me one time and she was like, oh, Derin, like, I've noticed like your experience about Nigeria is always different from what Mr. Adi has told us, right? Tell me why my colleague has been telling my British and non-British colleagues that Nigeria is like a fucking jungle. Everyone there's a monkey jumping around. Not literally, but like that's literally how it made it look like, oh, Nigeria is so horrible. I remember during the election period, they were like acting so funny. And I was looking, I was like, what is wrong with these guys? When I'm telling these guys about Nigeria, I'm telling them, to be honest, bless the guy, he used to live in a very, very northern rural area of Nigeria, but still, it's not a fucking jungle and it's not like a fucking place with full anarchy. It was like a country that was working. There was like rich, successful people. You never told them their stories. It was always the way. Every time I see them talking about Nigeria, they're talking about how horrible and bad Nigeria is. I mean, I'll just chip in and say, Nigeria is not so bad. Like, it's not that bad. Don't do that. Like, you know? So, like, my colleague comes to me one day and she was basically telling me, like, that my experience about Nigeria, what they hear from me is so different from what they hear from my other colleagues, that my other colleagues have told them before. And bear in mind that, you know how these people are very like inquisitive about hair. They're always like wanting to know, how long is your hair? How does your hair look? I feel like all of them have like an obsession with black people's hair. Like they want to touch your hair, they want to see your hair, they want to know the length, they want to know the color. I don't bother myself with that information about you guys. Why do you guys bother yourself so much about that information? Anyways, like they used to like ask me all those kind of questions, like, oh, how long is your hair, how this blah 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 blah, or you change your wigs a lot. No, I used to change my wigs, right, to be honest, but they used to tell me like, oh, don't you ever carry your natural hair, like things like that. I mean, I just used to tell them I can afford the wig, they're so expensive, and as you can see, they're beautiful, like I like them. So this lady comes to me this day and she was like, that do I know that like Mr. Addy told them that African girls are obsessed with wigs because we're bald. I was like, wait, what? She was like, yeah, they're like, because they always ask that, oh, why is Addy always wearing wigs? Sorry, why is Derin always wearing wigs and stuff? Guys, this is what the hair looks like now. I'm so proud of myself because I did the hair before and it was horrible. I literally ruined it. But I think it looks really good now. Very simple, but really nice. I cut off all the edges in front. I don't need any edges, and I left it by the side. I feel like for now it's okay. What do you guys think? So it was, they were basically telling me that like, oh, this guy has literally told them that African girls, it didn't actually say me, but I think it was a conversation they were having, and he said African girls, obviously that's me inclusive, they were very obsessed with wigs because we're bald, we don't have hair. And I educated them that day. We spoke for about 7 minutes, and it was full on education because it was so emotional for me. I was telling them that like when I see a German girl or like a British girl or like a Black American or somebody coming out of a salon with like a wig on, the first thing that comes to my mind is not, oh, she's obsessed with wigs, because you guys also wear wigs in different forms. You wear tape-ins, you color your hair. No black, I've not seen any black girl going around trying to find out what the color of some white girl's original hair is. What's with the obsession with my hair? I have a feeling that they misquoted my colleague. Not to say that my colleague is a saint, he's a fucking idiot, but like I don't think that that's exactly what he has said. I feel like he said something else and they kind of tuned it to like suit what they wanted to say to me, because they've always been inquisitive about the color of my hair, the length of my hair, how is my hair, carry your hair, and I'm just like, bro, like I have so many wigs and I can afford it, like I like it. Don't bother yourself with the color of my hair or like the length of my hair or like this. But anyways, I educated them. I was like, obsession is a very strong word. I was like, have you seen Beyonce's Obsession movie? They were like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, that's what obsession is. Somebody that will go through the extreme measures to acquire something that they want. I just love wigs and I can afford it. It's not something of like, it's not hurting anyone, it's not making anyone uncomfortable. So why are you obsessed about like my wigs, you know? I educated them and it was such a nice conversation, and I could see them like scrambling like they felt like they wanted to enter the ground, because it was such a like stupid comment to make in the first place. Like no matter how funny you thought it was gonna sound or anything, or you thought that you were being inquisitive, and bless them, like these people are not even traveled. I'm not even trying to shade them. Half of them don't even have passports. And what I've noticed about people, that one thing they don't know, if they don't understand you, they don't like you. And there were so many things that I saw that like it was just like different. Like it was so, they wanted me to conform to a certain way that my other Nigerian colleagues were acting, and I kind of understood. I understand now, because the reason why that is because those ones have given them a picture of what a Nigerian looks like. And if someone comes and they're acting out of place, they're like, no, that's not the Nigerian we know. Bitch, this is the Nigerian you know. Bougie, bad and beautiful. Anyways, guys, long story. I have so many stories from that workplace, to be honest. Such a ridiculous place to be. This is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think about the wig. I'm really proud of myself because I literally shot a full video and I took the hair down because I was like, nah, I want this to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and like finish and try and work on my makeup more to make it look really nice. Then I'll come back and close the video. All right, I'm gonna see you guys in a bit. Yeah, don't go anywhere. Keep watching DW, okay? So So guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like I said guys, I went through so much to get this video up today. So make sure you watch, subscribe and like. I decided to give you guys some Christian Dior because I washed my jewelries, guys. I found the hack on YouTube. I washed my jewelries with Coke, and tell me why my earring is shiny. It's literally like blinding me. So if you guys don't know, if you have jewelry, real gold, or like really high-end jewelries like what I'm wearing, you can wash them in Coke. Put them in Coke for like 10-20 minutes, and then get like a small brush with like soap and just brush it off. Everything is gonna start shining. See you guys next week. Bye.